When Neom was first announced, many people couldn't believe it could be real. It seemed like an impossible project. But Saudi Arabia has a track record of turning ambitious dreams into reality, such as The Line, Trojena, Cinda, and Oxagon. Neom is their latest venture, a city designed to be advanced, sustainable, and unlike anything you've ever seen. Last October, when they started building Neom, the world watched in wonder. Videos and trailers showcasing this grand project went viral, capturing the imaginations of millions. However, despite this initial excitement, it's become strangely challenging to find updates on how far they've come with Neom. You might be curious about how far Neom has come since it started. In this video, we'll show you the most recent advancements in Neom's construction journey. Now, if you're not aware of the Neom project, let me give you a short recap. In 2017, Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman made an announcement about it at the Future Investment Initiative Conference. This grand project is planned for the northwestern part of Saudi Arabia, and they're budgeting $500 billion for it. Neom's goal is to turn into a central hub for cutting-edge technology, sustainable energy, tourism, and more. Back in 2021, Mohammed bin Salman announced a project called The Line. The Line is planned to be the first development of a $500 billion project in Neom. It's like a super long city, more than 100 kilometers long, from the Red Sea to a city called Tabuk. This city will have two very tall buildings side by side. The idea is that you can walk to everything you need and there won't be any cars, roads, or pollution. People got excited when they saw a drone video of construction work in October 2022, but we haven't heard much about it since then. The latest news from the person in charge of the project says they've made good progress. They've completed about 20% of the important things like roads, offices, and places for storing stuff. You can see these changes in satellite pictures. Compared to last year, there's been a lot of work done on these parts of the project. A community with many homes, a school, a mosque, a post office, stores, and even a Starbucks has been built. They're also working on a mega project called The Line. They've dug out a lot of the ground to start building it, and they're making a huge marina near the coast. When it's done, this marina will be the biggest in the world and can fit ships twice as big as the biggest cruise ship, the Wonder of the Seas. Right now, they're digging up about 1 million cubic meters of dirt every week for this project. They've also started putting in the foundation for the main structure. In the last year, they put more than 4,500 piles in Module 43 of the line, sometimes doing over 60 piles a day for the foundation. They plan to speed up construction even more in the next few months. The underground rail system called the spine in the line has also changed a lot by June 2023. They've reduced the whole system, made it shorter by more than 30 kilometers, and cut the number of stations from 48 to just 9. People are curious about how Saudi Arabia is paying for all this and which companies are helping. For one, the money for this project comes from the Public Investment Fund in Saudi Arabia, which is controlled by the Crown Prince. They have around $700 billion, and that's what's making everything happen. They've hired different companies to do the hard work. Some of these companies come from the UK, like the Keller Group, and others from Germany, like Bauer. The French company Bâti Soletanche is also involved. They're mainly responsible for digging and building the foundation. There's another company, Power China, doing the work to make the ground strong for building near the water. There's also a plan to build a super-fast train line that will connect the line to a place called Oxagon. Two companies, one from Italy, Webuild, and one from Saudi Arabia, Sajco, have been chosen to do this job. But even though a lot of progress is being made, there are some big issues. First, the project promised to be good for the environment, but experts say it might create a huge amount of pollution, like 1.8 gigatons of CO2. To give you an idea, that's more than 4 times what the whole UK emits in a year. So building a city this way might not be very eco-friendly. Also, there are concerns about people's rights. Some experts say that people were forced to leave their homes to make room for the construction, which is not fair. According to the United Nations Human Rights Office, some protesters have been given very long prison sentences, and 3 of them even face the possibility of being executed. This is a serious issue, and it's causing problems for a project. Now, let's talk about the next big project, Trojena. It's an incredible luxury winter and skiing destination in the middle of a huge desert with mountains. While it's as big and bold as other projects in Neom, there's something special about this one. Saudi Arabia has to finish building it in just 6 years, And the reason is the Asian Winter Games in 2029, which they won the right to host last year. They first announced this project in 2022, just a few months before they were awarded the Winter Games. Trojana is about 50 kilometers away from the Red Sea. It's in a mountain range in the country. They've been working on a project there, and they've made good progress since they first told people about it. In the last year, they've been mostly excavating in the mountains to create space for different things. They've already removed a huge amount of material, such as dirt and rocks, to make a big man-made lake in the middle of the project. They're also building something called The Vault, which is a village inside the mountains, and they've taken out a lot of material from there too. They've started laying the foundations for a ski village as well. In November 2022, a famous luxury hotel and lifestyle brand called Ennismore partnered with Trojana. They want to build 2 fancy hotels in the ski village. Another big hotel company, Minor Hotels, plans to open a super nice resort in the water village. Right now, it looks like things are going well, and Saudi Arabia is determined to finish this project by 2029, which is a short time. But there are still many questions that need answers despite all the progress. Trojana has been criticized for its plan to create a winter destination in a challenging environment. While the mountains there do experience below freezing temperatures, they don't get much natural snow. To compensate, the project relies on artificial snowmaking machines that use a lot of water and electricity. But what makes this even more difficult is the water source. They're using seawater from the Red Sea. It's not as simple as just using that water. They have to transport it over long distances, including going up and down mountains, which is no easy task. Plus, the seawater needs to be desalinated before it can be used for making snow. All of these factors make the Trojana project complex and resource-intensive, leading to concerns about its feasibility and impact on the environment. Now let's take a closer look at Cinda, another mega project happening in Neom. It's a super fancy vacation spot being built on an island near the city. This island is located right by the Red Sea, and you can get there by boat, seaplane, or by flying into Neom Bay Airport, which is pretty close. Cinda is going to be awesome. It will have a special area for 86 yachts to park, 3 grand hotels, a cool golf course, and lots of restaurants and shopping malls to shop in style. They only told us about Cinda in December last year, but they're already working hard to get it ready, and they hope to welcome their first guests in 2024. This island is important for Neom because it's going to be the first place where regular people like us can see what Neom is all about. So they're putting a lot of effort into making it great, and it's well on its way to being finished. When we take a closer look at satellite images from Google Maps, it's clear that the island is currently buzzing with construction activity. They've already laid down roads and have a clear plan for where buildings and foundations will be. Some structures near the marina are nearly finished, and a significant portion of the planned golf course is already covered in lush green grass. What's interesting is that Marriott International has signed an agreement to open 3 luxury hotels in Cinda, and they're confident they can get everything ready for the grand opening in 2024. But in the northeast of the island, a whole community dedicated to supporting the development project has sprung up. This area isn't just about construction, it includes offices, logistics hubs, housing for the workers, and various amenities to make their lives easier. When we compare it to other major developments in Neom, Cinda stands out as the most developed one so far. It's a real multitude of activity in progress. Oxagon, the 4th major project in Neom, is a floating city for businesses on the west coast of Saudi Arabia. It's meant to be the heart of Neom's economic and industrial activities. Imagine a city built on the water, right along one of the world's busiest shipping routes. This location is perfect for industries of the future, like green energy. They're also building an important place called the Port of Neom, which is the city's main spot for sending and receiving goods. They're putting $2 billion into this to open its first part by 2025. But Oxagon isn't just for work. It's going to be a full-fledged city with homes, fun stuff, places to relax, and spots for tourists. Big companies like IHG Hotels and Resorts, Curtin Hospitality, and Yotel are getting in on the action and plan to set up their businesses there. You can expect to see all these new developments between 2025 and 2026 in the city's first residential area. Now, about the construction progress, there's not a lot of news about it, But if you look at satellite pictures, you can see that they've started building some things near the port of Neom. Some of these are part of the old Duba port, which they renamed. A bit to the south, they've started building an Oxagon community like the ones around the line in Cinda. Compared to the rest of Neom, it looks like they've done the least work here. Still, all of this shows that Saudi Arabia is really serious about making their big plans come true. We'll find out how things turn out in the future. I hope you liked this video update. Do you believe Neom's projects will come true? Share your thoughts in the comments. We're looking forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.